Dr. Herbert Harris here. Welcome to the New You for the New Year 21-Day Challenge. I challenge you to use the New You for the New Year Success Bundle this first month of the year to set yourself up for health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money throughout the year. Get the New You for the New Year Success Bundle now at www.herbertharris.info. That's www.herbertharris.info. Every day for 21 days, I will share a success training to help you start this year strong. Watch the daily trainings on Facebook at Life Vision TV and DR Success Man. And now, the success training for today. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Success Mentorship Class number 209. And our topic for today is discipline in challenging times. Discipline in challenging times. As you know, our topics are based on our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. And today we are looking at chapter, The Law of Focus, pages 124, 125, for those who follow along in the book. And the topic of discipline in challenging times comes straight from the book. In addition to our book, we also are using our home study course, the New You for the New Year home study course. And the purpose of this course is to help you put the information that we develop in these classes into action. Information about our books and our home study course, of course, are available on our website, www.herbertharris.com. I always like to begin with a quote. And there's an interesting quote, and it says, "When you live without discipline, you may die without dignity." When you live without discipline, you may die without dignity. Teddy Roosevelt had an interesting quote. He said, "With self-discipline, almost anything is impossible." I think I'll modify that. With self-discipline, anything is possible. And when we think about that, what are we really saying? Self-discipline means to take control of your thoughts, your emotions, your instincts, so that everything is under your control. To have self-control, to have self-discipline, means that you have taken possession of your mind. And we're on page 123 for those who are following along in the book. We have taken possession of your mind in such strength or degree that your emotions, your instincts, and your body are under your control. Your self-discipline begins with your thoughts. If you cannot control your thoughts, you cannot control your actions or your emotions. When you have control over your thoughts, you can never be mastered by others. You will always be able to take possession of whatever you are entitled to or deserve or desire. So this idea of self-discipline is a profound one, because with self-discipline, literally you take control of your thoughts. And we know, applying the laws of success, your world evolves out of your thoughts. The first law of success says, a mind shall have whatsoever it thinks in its heart. So whatever you're experiencing in life is a result of your thoughts. Your thoughts are the seeds for your life experiences. When we put this in the context now of challenging times and say, well, what are challenging times? Challenging times are times when the external world, you see, there are two worlds. There's the internal world, that world that exists inside you, inside your thoughts, inside your emotions, inside your habits, inside your relationships. The internal world, the you. And then there's the external world. And so challenging times are times where the external world are unpleasant. The external world creates fear, creates doubt, creates anxiety, creates stress. Now, we have just gone through a very a challenging period with the pandemic, because here the external world was literally out of control. Although we did not have control over that external world, we did have control over our response to it, and therefore control over our choices. It all boils down to choice. The scripture says, choose this day whom you will serve. And so everything that happens to us is a result of our choices, our response to things. So the external world, when we say challenging times, this means that the external world is behaving in a way that may not be congruent with our expectations for how we would like our life to be. The beauty of self-discipline, though, is that you have the ability to determine how you respond to that external world. And today we're going to talk about the tools that you have to respond to the external world. And your most profound tool is the tool of self-discipline, the habit of self-discipline, the habit of being in control of your life. This pandemic gave us a chance to be isolated. And when many of us were isolated, we had to spend time with ourselves. And one of the things we realized that many of us were not clear on ourselves. We've been going through the motions of life, almost like machines, going to work, coming home, buying groceries, buying this. But being alone in that pandemic state gave us a chance to look in the mirror and say, wow, this is the most important person in my life. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? It also gave us the opportunity to get through it. The fact that we're here listening today means that we got through it. We did whatever it took for us to be safe and secure, to protect our families. So how do we strengthen our self-discipline? And self-discipline is very much connected to faith. Because if you don't have faith in yourself and faith in the process, then it's difficult to have self-discipline. So let's lay out a foundation now in which we can understand self-discipline and see how to use it to face whatever comes our way. First principle is this, that no matter what is going on in the external world, even that will pass away. No matter, and the model is there, even on the darkest night. There are nights when you go out and you can't see a thing. It's cloudy, it's dark, even on the darkest night, even when the most tragic events are taking place all around you, there always comes a time when it stops. No matter how dark the night, there comes a day. It's the idea of season. The scripture says to everything there's a season, a time to live, a time to die, a time to sow, a time to reap. As a result, the thought of life, how do we deal with the external world, the challenging things that will surely be coming our way? When we look at the things going on right now, the war, the pandemic, the weather. When we look at the things going on right now, we can see that the external world is going through, I like to call it a weed state of consciousness. When you're a gardener, nobody has to plant weeds. But if you till your garden, if you clean up your garden and you remove all the weeds and simply plant flowers, when you come back, weeds will be there. Nobody has to plant weeds. It's a negative manifestation in the yin-yang evolution of existence. So to know that no matter how bad the circumstances, around us that even this will pass away. Nothing lasts forever. Bad times, nor good times. But the idea of self-discipline is that you are able to navigate through all times, bad or good, to create the life of your dreams. So those of you listening today, I'm sure that many of us are going through some challenging times, financial times, personal relationship times. And the beauty of self-discipline is that if you take control of your life, take control of your thoughts, then you can respond to whatever's going on in the external world in a way that will benefit you, that you are always able to climb the mountain of reality, the mountain of life. There may be boulders, there may be cliffs, but you are always capable of doing that. So once we accept that, there's a beautiful quote that I'd like to share, Gary Blair, and it gives a good context to self-discipline. And it says that self-discipline is an act of cultivation. It's a state of mind, but it's an act. You do self-discipline. You take action on self-discipline. And so if self-discipline is a state of mind, it's a seed. So Gary goes on to say, self-discipline is an act of cultivation. It requires you to connect today's actions to tomorrow's results. Self-discipline requires you to connect today's actions to tomorrow's results. There's a season for sowing, and there's a season for reaping. Self-discipline helps you know which is which. That's a powerful thought, folks. So the idea of self-discipline is to give yourself the experiential consciousness so that you can know what it is. You can know what's going on. So when things are going on in our lives, when there are challenging situations in our lives, a part of dealing with it is to have the self-discipline to know that even this will pass away. If we just hang in there. When we see what's going on right now in the Ukraine, I think the leadership there is saying, we're going to stand and fight. No matter how many bombs may fall, we're going to stand and fight. That's self-discipline. Each of us have exhibited self-discipline in the things that we've done in the past. Always remember this. The times in the past where you have had to overcome challenges, keep them in your mind as a reference point to remind you that you have the capacity to deal with any external challenge. So let's look at how do we develop this and expand our self-discipline so that no matter what is going on in the outside world, we have the capacity to survive and thrive. And I like to think along the lines of what we call the 7 disciplines, the 7 ways to expand and perfect and improve your self-discipline so that no matter what comes down the pipe, you can handle it. And the first key is your belief. Believe that you can succeed and set about doing just that. So when there's an obstacle in your life, when you see an obstacle, look at the obstacle, the challenge, as an opportunity. Look at the wall, as we move along the journey of life, look at the wall instead of as a barrier, but look at it as a step. And in your mind, you say, if I can climb to the top of that wall, I can see more. If I can see more, I can be more. And so this mindset, this idea is to always believe that you can accomplish what you set out to do and then just get busy doing it. Don't worry about the how. When we were walking on coals with Tony Robbins, I'll never forget when I saw my friend walk across those hot coals, Tammy. When she walked across those hot coals, I'm like, wow. This is crazy. How's that happening? But then when I took the mindset and followed Tony's instructions. He said, get yourself a mantra, visualize it, and walk steady. Now, don't carry on the hot coals. You keep walking. And so my mantra was cool moss. And I just looked up cool moss, and walked across 16 feet of hot coals. When you believe that you can succeed no matter what, you create a vibration that helps manifest that you're seeking. To believe that you can succeed requires faith. Faith in your abilities, and it also requires courage. You can have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. But the scripture says faith without works is dead. So you don't not only have to have faith that you can accomplish whatever it is and face the challenge, but you must also take action to do so. Number 2, learn to roll with the punches. When you're in a challenging time, it means that the external world is going through what it goes through. The weeds are growing. You didn't plant them, but you've got to pull them up. Okay. So in our lives right now, those who are listening today, are there some weeds in your life? If there's some weeds in your life, weeds may be people around you who are not good for you. Weeds may be bad habits that are undermining your progress. Weeds may be feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. Weeds may be negative thoughts of lack and limitation. Are there some weeds in your life that you need to pull up? Do so. Pull up the weeds that are holding you back. When you learn to roll with the punches, you say, whatever the weeds are, I can deal with it. Don't give in to the pressures. The essence of challenge is that it creates stress and anxiety. Don't give in to it. Don't sweat the small stuff. People can be so caught up in small things. They say, well, it may be small to you, but it's not small to me. Well, that may well be. But in your own judgment, step back for a moment and look at whatever the obstacle, whatever the challenge is confronting you, and analyze it. Look at it. If there's a great big lion there attempting to eat you up, then you see it as a lion. You say, okay, let me deal with that. Let me hide. Let me take some type of strategic action. You do those little things. And if you take care of the little things, very often the big things will take care of themselves. So if that lion is outside, then don't go outside. Okay? If the lion is hungry, if you have some food, throw it out the window. Maybe he'll eat enough and leave you alone. When you roll with the punches, it's like no matter what happens, you keep going and growing. My friend Ricky Young is a boxer, and he was talking about bobbing and weaving. And he said, well, the essence of boxing is to bob when you're supposed to bob and weave when you're supposed to weave. So learn to roll with the punches. Rudyard Kipling is a great poem I love, If. And really, that's what he's saying. The opening lines of the poem. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. Okay, you roll with the punches. You keep stepping. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, that's rolling with the punches. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look so good or talk too wise. And it's all about rolling with the punches, that you have the capacity to choose. One of the spiritual principles says, choose this day whom you will serve. So as we go through the challenges that are facing us right now, we have the power to choose how we respond to it. Once we choose our response and we stick with it, the season will change. It's so beautiful to see how this all fits together. If you just cling to what you believe in and keep working at it, sooner or later the opposition dissolves itself. Another spiritual principle that says, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened, ask and it shall be answered. Doesn't say how long. That's the principle. Do it until. Someone once said this Indian rain dance. He says, how does it work? How does the dancing make the rain come? The chief said, we dance until it rains. Okay. So learn to roll with the punches. Do whatever you have to do as long as you have to do it. Number 3, get busy achieving your goals. One of the key ways in dealing with challenging times is have something for you to do. See, the challenging times, it's very easy for challenging times to consume you. Okay. Because that's what they do, the weeds. If you don't tend your garden, the weeds will consume your garden. So when you have challenging times, one of the ways to handle challenging times is to have your own goals. We live life as a GPS. And the way to the GPS, we have to know our location and our destination. So when we have goals, when we get busy achieving our goals, all that other stuff falls away. So when there are challenging times, you keep working. You just do it. You continue to follow your plans. You know, if you watch the Kentucky Derby or any of the races, many times the horses have these blinders on. And these blinders are the things that all the horse can see is the finish line. And so we live our lives like that. When we get busy achieving our goals, we don't see anything but our goals. We don't see anything other than the results that we're seeking. And so these things that happen externally. And I know, you know, the essence of life sometimes is that challenges manifest, but that's what they do. Think about this. When challenges manifest, they are often manifest to help you get better. And so when you focus on your goals and the challenges manifest, and yet you persist through self-discipline. And see, this is how it all comes together. Self-discipline is that when you choose to throw another blow. Self-discipline is when you choose to focus on the end result. Don't worry about what's going on around you. Self-discipline is when you choose to keep seeking, to keep knocking, to keep asking. Number 4, always be aware of the positive elements of hope. Hope is a profound concept, folks. There's an Arabian proverb, and it says that he who has health has hope. He who has hope has everything. Hope is a connection between you and the infinite. There's a God, there's a consciousness, a God consciousness. And so hope is that connection where tomorrow will be better than today. You don't need to know how. You just have to hope that. There's a relationship between hope and faith. It says faith is the substance of things hoped for. You hear that? The substance of things hoped for. So that means that hope must be an attitude. Hope is a statement that there's always something good for you. In relationships, man, sometimes people can treat you so badly, you begin to think that maybe that you deserve that treatment. Well, hope says, no, you don't. Hope says there's somebody out there who will treat you well. There's something out there that will give you all the good things you deserve. Hope will help you from getting in a rut. Hope is that connection between life and possibilities. So when you have hope, faith is applied hope. Look at the formulation. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So faith is applied hope. You have hope. Faith is belief in that hope and the evidence of things not seen, that although you don't see it, although it may not be there, the challenging times may be so challenging that you see nothing but darkness. But hope says sooner or later, this will go away if I just stay the course. Number 5, have complete confidence in your ability to find a solution to any situation or circumstance. Have complete confidence in your ability to find a solution to any circumstance or situation. So then when things confront you, your question is, you know that you know that you know. You know that there's a solution there. You know that if you keep seeking it, you will find it. Sometimes you have to reformulate and repackage the situation, your interpretation of it, to facilitate the solution. So when you're faced with a wall, the question might be, rather than, oh my goodness, there's a wall stopping me from going to my destination, the question be, how can I use this wall to get better? How can I use this wall to move me closer to my goals? That's why those goals are so important, because if you have no goals, then there's no frame of reference. How can I complete this task and enjoy the experience? You know, there's some people, they just labor at things. I mean, if they're doing good things, they make it look so hard. The other people that make it look so easy. It's all about that confidence in yourself, your ability to find a solution no matter what. The principle of seeking is like priming the pump. Seeking you shall find. Doesn't tell you how long. But if you believe in yourself and know, it's like, I don't know what's on the other side, but I know it's good. I don't know why these challenges are appearing in my life, but I know it's to help me grow and become a better person. Sometimes you meet really mean people that remind you how great you are. Number 6, keep going and growing. To recognize that success in life is an evolutionary process. And so every challenge that you are confronted with is for a purpose to make you go and grow. So if you're excited about every day, you know, no matter what comes your way, if it's a big challenge, saying, hey, I'm looking forward to this. I'm Daniel. And whatever Goliath rolls out each day, you say, I know I can beat you. I know I can take you down based on what I know, because I know that I know that I know. Based on how I feel I can win. Based on what I do, I have the capacity to keep knocking, to keep seeking, to keep asking. And finally, that 7th key is to be a self-starter. Nobody's going to finance your elevation. To be a self-starter, to take command of your most valuable gift, which is time. So when you're a self-starter, you take command of your time and you take a do-it-now attitude. You see, when you procrastinate, you're literally giving away the God-given gift of time. Each of us has the same number of hours in a day, the same number of minutes in an hour, the same number of seconds in a minute. That's God's gift to us. What we do with that is our gift to God. So when we're a self-starter, we don't wait for somebody else to ring the bell. You know, those of us who are parents, we see many times when our children, our young people are waiting for somebody. Nobody's helping me. Nobody wants to open the door for me. But when you're a self-starter, if nobody wants to open the door, cut a new one. If there is no door, build a ladder. When you're a self-starter, when you go approach the house, okay, and you kick on the door, and if the door will not open, you go around and you try to get in the window. And if the window will not open, you climb up on the roof. Okay, you tear off the roof shingles, you get in there. When you're a self-starter, you do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to manifest the dreams and goals that you have. So let's wrap up this morning. How do we use self-discipline to handle challenging times? Number 1, we know that no matter what the challenge, even this will pass away. Everything has a season. And then we follow the 7 steps. Number 1, believe you can succeed. And then take action on that belief. Set about doing just that. Number 2, learn how to roll with the punches. Understand the system. Know how the game works. Know that you're not going down. Know that no matter how skilled the opposition, you have the ability to overcome. Number 3, get busy achieving your goals. As long as you have a goal and you're working on it, you are applied faith. As long as you have a goal and you're working on it, you will get results. Number 4, be aware of the positive elements of hope. that no matter how dark it is, that always know that there's something good for you out there. Number 5, confidence. Have confidence in your ability to always find a solution, to always win, to always be victorious, no matter what situation or circumstance. Number 6, to keep going and growing, to recognize that it's an evolutionary process, that there's a reason for every obstacle, there's a reason for every challenge, just to help you grow. That the external world does what it does. It's a weed. Sometimes it's a flower. But you do what you do. Pursue your goals. And finally, number 7, to be a self-starter, to be self-motivated, to let the inside spirit, your desire to realize your goals, to achieve your goals, to realize your vision, and to become one with your purpose. When you know that you were put here for divine purpose, to fulfill a divine mission, then you can be more committed to getting it done. And you can do these things. You can use self-discipline as your most powerful tool to help you be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have whatever you want to have, always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. Thanks for being here today. Please share this message with at least 3 other people who need to master the art of resilience and be able to come back from whatever it is, who need to learn how to roll with the punches. Also, be sure to get your copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success and go to our website. Really take a look at our home study course. We've been really getting great responses from that, to give you the ability to study and learn and master the tools. See, the home study course is like taking a lot of the principles out of the 12 Universal Laws of Success and showing you how to apply them, how to help you assess your situation. You know, wherever you are right now in your life, it's important that you face up to the facts and to recognize where you are, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. It helps you deal with the changes you have to make. The workbook shows you step by step how to make certain changes, how to write them down, what you need to change in your thinking and your emotions. Show you how to set new goals and objectives, how to set goals in the different areas of your life, your personal goals, your family goals. That when you can isolate them and do them one by one, you have a greater capacity to focus on them and get them happening and make them happen. And then finally, lesson number 4, which really talks about taking action. And that's why this one is so important. Lesson number 4 does not work unless you have self-discipline, unless you're able to make the choices necessary for your success. So once again, folks, thanks so much for being with us. Share this broadcast. Visit our website, www.herbertharris.com. And whatever you do, always remember that you can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. You can have whatever you want to have. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, author of the 12 Universal Laws of Success, inviting you to join me on a personal success journey. This journey is sponsored by the New You for the New Year Success Bundle. This is a special bundle of over $250 in digital products to help you achieve outrageous success this year. It includes the 12 Universal Laws of Success ebook, and that's the electronic version of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. It includes the 12 Universal Laws of Success audiobook, over 6 hours of recorded information. It's the book on tape. You can listen to it in your car, in your bed, wherever you are. It also includes the complete New You for the New Year Home Study Guide. Now, this is a transformational home study course to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. It comes with a study guide and a workbook and a number of audios, how to study, how to assess your present situation, how to make life changes, how to set new goals and objectives, how to make an action plan and a blueprint for your success. In addition to these things, you get the 12 Universal Laws of Success workbook, so that as you read the book, you can fill in the answers and it will help you retain the information. You also get a live recording of a seminar on the 12 Universal Laws of Success that you can listen to, and it will be just like you're there. There's also a wealth building and trying times audio to help you have more money at the end of the month. The audio on the law of command will help you use your power of speech to create the world exactly the way you want it to be. And the 12 affirmations to live by poster, so that you can reprogram your mind, reprogram your thoughts to be exactly what they need to be to create success. And how much does it cost? Over $250 in bonuses for $77. That's $77 for you, to help you achieve health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. That's right, $77 to help you create the new you in this new year. Go to our website, www.herbertharris.info, to learn more and buy now. www.herbertharris.info. Thank you.